Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome if you are in Britain, if you are in Europe, if you are anywhere else in the world. Welcome to the Alexandra Palace in North London for the Southern Finals. I'll be one of your commentators. My name's Ben. I'm the host of the Ice Hockey Podcast, Zero Pucks Given, and I'm delighted to be joined by experienced ice hockey commentator, Chris Beale.
Ben, you flatter me a little bit because I've done a few guest appearances on the Bees webcast, and back in the day I used to commentate for the NIHL plays, but I guess you could say I'm experienced. But we've got an exciting day of ice hockey ahead of us here. 4 games, NIHL 1 and NIHL 2 South. The Wilkinson and Britain conferences. It's the playoff time. Anything can happen here.
Anything can happen, and I would imagine that anything will happen. The only thing trying to squeeze 4 games in one day is that we hope we don't get too much overtime, penalties, any sort of infractions that might delay the proceedings.
Well, yeah, I mean, with Solent Devils and Chelmsford Chieftains and Slough Jets and Streatham on the bill, could be a little bit of a worry about it, yeah. But anyway, we're going to get started for today with South 2. We're going to get started with the Guildford Phoenix and the Basingstoke Buffalo.
We are, and we will say to everybody, it's no disrespect to that league, but it's not a league we watch very often, so we will do our very best with everyone's names, keeping up with the play with these players. But I think this crowd that is already building to quite a large crowd here are going to be pleasantly surprised at what they see from these South 2 teams.
Oh yeah, I mean, these are the 2 teams that, I mean, let's start over there. Phoenix have absolutely dominated NIHL 2 this year. They've gone, I think, 17-1. I think they were almost the invincibles of NIHL 2 this year. But the Buffalo, they have the potential this weekend to be that Cinderella story, that bookend on a story and a bad chapter in the history of Basingstoke ice hockey this year with the closure of the rink. Callum Wilson has built an absolutely incredible team out of the ashes of everything that happened down there in Basingstoke.
Yeah, and you'd like to think as well that many people from the RG22 area will be following the Buffalo as the only remaining club left playing out of that Basingstoke rink.
I mean, we can see at least 2 or 3 Basingstoke fans from our vantage point here at the top of the rink.
Well, even earlier, just before we started here, I spoke pre-match with Alan Wilson and Paul Petts from the Basingstoke Buffalo, and as soon as I introduced them, I called it the Basingstoke Bison. So we can all stumble over them words. Those pre-game thoughts are available on the Zero Pucks Given YouTube if you want to see those before we get to the game. But I think the Bison fans are behind it, the Buffalo fans are behind it, and obviously they've got someone in a bit of a Bison legend in their pipes in Dan Weller-Evans.
Oh yeah, Tweez as he's known by members of the Swindon Wildcats. Hope he doesn't mind me revealing that.
He might have double interest because he also made an appearance for Chelmsford this year.
Yes, he did. He made a one-off. You guys. He's also got, interestingly, I assume it's a throwback to his Bees ice hockey days, but he is sporting yellow and black goal pads.
He is set. But what I understand, actually, that pad set may belong to Jordan Lauday, but he doesn't actually like the fit of it. I think because Jordan, obviously joining Chelmsford, wanted to go with the black and gold. But when he ordered it, I think he told me when he was on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, he didn't quite select the right option on the personalisation. So it didn't quite fit him right. So I believe that Dan is sporting them.
I mean, there are worse colour alterations it could have arrived at.
Yeah, very true, very true. But yeah, I think he's excited to be a part of it. And from everything we've heard with Dan, that he's excited for the young players in the team to have this opportunity to play in a venue like this at a time like this where the spirit of Basingstoke is behind.
And I think with the early start, obviously 10:30 a.m. this was the start I don't think any team wanted, because ice hockey players, they are players of habit. They like their meal at a set time, they like to take a pre-game nap at a set time, and they're not going to get to do that this morning because they've had to figure out, do I still have my pre-game pasta at 7:30 in the morning, or do I just have a breakfast, like a normal breakfast, bacon and eggs or something? Do you think that upset to the routine could give either of these teams an edge going in?
But as Stuart Potts said to me pre-game, it's the same for both teams.
It is the same for both teams, but You never know. I mean, it depends who lives closer. Obviously, coming from down in Guildford and Basingstoke, both sides are kind of having to travel the same distance.
Yeah, they're virtually the same distance away from this iconic venue. But so I don't think that will have too much of an effect on the game. Something that could massively not improve the quality but maintain the quality of this game is the fresh ice. Something that I think as we go throughout the day may cause a slight problem.
Yeah, that ice is just going to take a beating today. Well, it's not a Zamboni, it's an Olympia. The Olympia's going to be working overtime just to get that one in there for you ice surfacing nerds. It's going to be working overtime as the Guildford Phoenix, who we have sadly neglected in this pre-game build-up, are making their way out onto the ice. As I said, they absolutely dominated NIHL 2 this season, as they have done over the last couple of seasons. They missed out on the league title last year. Many would say on a technicality of cancel that whole hash-up of cancelled games that happened at the tail end of the season, but they're not a roster to, as much as I've said, can the Buffalo, I almost said the Bison there, that's going to be a Freudian slip that fills in every now and again. They have a stacked roster. I mean, they've pretty much got across about 2 lines, about the same number of points that the Buffalo have across 2 players alone.
Yeah, the Phoenix have added to their roster throughout the season as well. Brought in the experience of bringing players back like Josh Abbott, who was with the Oxford City Stars for the start of the year in the NIHL 1. But as you said, they've won the league, they've won the cup, they're going for the Grand Slam for the second time in 4 years.
And I can see our officials are now making their way towards ice level. Our referee for this game is going to be Mr. Blaine Evans, and going to be by his assistant
Rothwell.
I love playing this game when I do the Stratum updates because it's always, I think last weekend we had Rothwell and a mystery official because we had no name on plate.
Another. But it's good to see Blaine Evans taking charge of this. Fantastic referee who's had a pretty good season.
I remember Blaine refereeing my games when I was playing at university in 2009.
No, they don't make them like they used to.
No, he is very much a mainstay of hockey here in the south.
But on a pad, as we were saying before the broadcast, this pad is not overly sizable. It's quite a small pad, so when it comes down to power plays and penalty killing, that could have a massive effect on the outcome of these games. Yeah,
I mean, the Buffalo must get that right. The Buffalo, who take the ice now, led out by Dan Weller-Evans. They do play on a much bigger ice surface than this in Basingstoke. The Phoenix, well, the Guildford rink is sizable in comparison to this, but I see this Ali Pali rink as very similar in size to the Slough Jets ice rink. It's got that very, very narrow neutral zone, very, very big offensive zones. You're going to have to work really, really hard, especially on the PK, to get that cleared out, because you're going to find yourself thinking that you've hit it hard enough as you would on a bigger ice pad to get it clear, and then realise that no, you haven't actually cleared it as far as you thought.
So just seeing the Basingstoke Buffalo take up to the blue line here, where of course I'd imagine they'll be reintroduced. We will have a shout out as the Guildford Phoenix are taking the rink. A massive shout out to our DJ for today and for the whole weekend, Mr. Alistair Gammond, who's stepping away after 10 years of being on the mic at Slough Jets.
He's an absolutely top man, he is. Every time the Jets have visited, he's always been happy to help me out with making sure that the team sheet's correct for them. I think I'm going to miss that because it avoids me making the odd mistake that everybody ends up correcting me on. Also, the Phoenix led out by 31, Jake Stooley, who has 17 wins on the season, a 9.22 save average and 2.09 goals against.
Guildford. I didn't catch that one. Always a staple of British ice hockey, isn't it, over the national anthem before a game?
A staple of hockey everywhere you go in the world. And we have an answer as well to the mystery official. Is Mr. Shields. And I don't think you pushed your button. Oh, you have. Okay.
Yeah, do bear with us. This is the first time we've officially worked together. So we'll do our very best to call this game for you. I think I'm going to take hold of the play-by-play on this one. Chris is going to provide some analysis. He's the stats man.
Yeah, folks, I'm giving Ben a bit of a baptism of fire by giving him his first game, first of the morning. But I think he'll do grand.
Wonderful, thank you so much, sir. My first game with players I'm not too familiar with, and Basingstoke Bison don't have many names on their shirts. Basingstoke Buffalo. Good Lord, Buffalo.
It's all right. At some point, I'm probably going to refer to Guildford as the Flames. So our starting netminders this evening, it's going to be Stoodley for the Phoenix. As I said, he's completed the season on a 0.922 save percentage and a 2.09 goals against, and of course wearing those gold and black and white hockey pads, it's Dan Weller-Evans for the Buffalo. 0.916 on the season, 3.02 goals against as we get underway, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Ben.
Excellent. Yeah, the Buffalo straight into the front foot, getting in behind the goal and having an opportunity there. But the Phoenix look to bring it away. They break into the neutral zone. Putting the forecheck on the first spin hit into there. Dumped in, taken care of there by Stoodley. Oh, a little tip, no ice. Buffalo bring it out. Quite a small neutral zone here, as we were saying, so that could be a hotly contested area.
Yeah, it's going to be a battleground, especially at the moment with these stretch play passes.
We'll have the first defensive face-off for the Phoenix as Dan Weller-Evans puts hand down on puck.
It's that typical opening phase of any game right now. Both sides obviously feeling each other out, trying to figure each other out. I mean, they've only played each other twice this season. It's one of the interesting quirks of the number of teams in South 2. Obviously, you and I are used to playing each other 4 times. And
Yeah, of course, yeah, they only get to play twice. They don't get a great deal of ice. Buffalo trying to get out there, getting pinned back in. The Phoenix rim the puck. Slight mistake in the D there by Joey Bigger.
Got the big frame of Tom Banner there, standing guard at the net front. That's what you want him to do. And it's played out now. The Buffalo will regroup, and there we see it with this tight neutral zone. You have no time to think about what you're going to do. You have to just play it off and go.
Not at all. They almost changed line on the fly there as well, when the puck was still quite live in the middle. That's rimmed around by the Phoenix for icing. We'll have a face-off in the Phoenix D zone.
I mean, that's something you're going to have to adapt to here, really. You're going to have to get those changes done as quick as you possibly can when it's past that red line, really, no matter how live it is. You want to get as many fresh bodies on as you can, because those big offensive zones, you are going to get trapped.
Slightly stuck under when the face-off plays. Pass has gone astray. Buffalo back in their own zone. Jones bringing the puck out. Got saved, puck released. Buffalo actually penning the Phoenix in here. They should have a chance to get out here. Lovely big open ice hit. Get a bit of afters there as well.
And we've
there's a bucket. There's a bucket gone.
The bucket loose. So that's Harry Wright. Lost his bucket.
Buffalo again. Oh, good hit there. Becker flicks the puck round. We're going to get icing there, I think.
That's really something you've definitely got to watch out for here, is getting penned in both by the offensive rushes and by icing calls. You don't want to run the risk of that with these. Again, I think we're going to get very fixated on these the size of the three zones here, because at the moment, the way this game is flowing, it's a lot of the Buffalo keeping the Phoenix penned in.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse. Watch as that gets reversed now.
Well, they've all got to get out of the zone now, where they're going to be offside, as the Buffalo are keeping the puck in their own zone. Back behind the goal, trying to set up what I'm sure is one of the pre-planned plays, but it's been given away. Fraser Studley that stole the puck there behind the goal. There's a hand up.
Fraser Studley. Three Studley brothers play on them.
Puck is broken there for the Phoenix defender. The pad save at the post. Still with the puck behind the goal now, the Buffalo trying to pin in, but that's a mistake, and that's accepted by Minikick. Good save by Dan Weller-Evans. They sort of dumped the puck up towards the zone.
And that's a long effort on Dan Weller-Evans, but as Anthony Russell always said to me, they all count.
Yeah, certainly a way to keep the shot count up, I suppose, isn't it? There's a touch there, so the play's going to continue. Rondo Smith read that rib and he's picked the puck up, but he's lost it, unfortunately. Seeing the Buffalo start with the puck behind their own goal quite a lot, actually. Sort of aim to set up from there. Oliver Dennis comes through and has a shot, but it's just wide of Dan Weller-Evans' post. Picks it back up behind the goal. It's in front of the goal. Weller-Evans has got a hand on it.
And that high forecheck there from the Phoenix, playing into it. They've sussed out that the Buffalo seem to be starting most of their plays, as you said, from behind the net, and they've worked out if they play up high, try and get that man pinched in behind the net, they'll try and force it out in front like they did there, and force Dan Weller-Evans to try and duck onto it to try and stop the play. Gets him a face-off, gets him offensive zone possession.
Oh, a little touch right through the crease there, but no identity play. Everton up there with the forecheck. Buffalo picking the puck up.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be icing, but did have. There is a. I think that. Yeah, Tom Banner looks to be in a little bit of discomfort after going down behind the play here by the benches.
Yeah, having a small word there, isn't he?
I think the physio is going to definitely have a look at him. Not entirely sure what happened.
Face off not quite right for Brothwell there. He wants to take it again.
He's notorious for that, is Brothwell. That being said, hashtag there is no game without our official
Absolutely.
and ice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, massive shout out to those. I'm not quite sure how many games these gentlemen will be doing today, whether they'll be doing all three. All four, sorry. But
You never know.
No, it's certainly going to be an exhausting day either way. No, the net was off the pegs there. The puck was held down by Danwell Evans, so we've got a face-off in the offensive zone for the Guildford Phoenix. Buffalo now able to get it clear. Phoenix really struggling to clear their lines when it comes in. There's a shot on there, that's a good save, but it's not cleared.
That was Alex Sanford there in the slot as another one comes in from the point, and that's good offensive pressure there from the Buffalo. They managed to open up that slot area down the middle, get that space, but unfortunately Stoodley seems to have it scouted on both occasions.
A full line change there for the Buffaloes. They're going to look to sort of pen the Phoenix in here as they have been doing, but the Phoenix have won that face-off and they're coming out on the breakaway. Stoodley getting stuck in the corner down there with Tom Banner, who is back on and fine.
Been knocked out of it.
Banner clears out to the neutral zone. A lovely pass inside as the Buffalo come forward again. And it is 1-0. 1-0 to the Basingstoke Buffalo. Matt Tarl coming up from the left circle. He shot it into the far top corner. Nothing Jacob Stoodley could do about that.
And that was a beautiful, beautiful move by the Buffalo. Cross-ice pass out to the half-board area. And, well, I was waiting for the replay on the screen, but I think we were a bit late.
I think we just missed it.
We need to work on that, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah, beautiful top corner placement there by Matt Hull. And it is 1-0 to the Buffalo. And that is the way Hallam Wilson would have wanted to start this. Put the Phoenix on the back foot from the beginning.
Yeah, which they've managed to do. As I said, they've penned them into their offensive zone. Now they've got the first goal, and they're coming through again. That's a good hit there in the offensive zone.
Good, very good hit there, but they forced the Phoenix to kind of box up there as another long ranger comes in. That's cleared by Stoodley.
It was a little bit nervy by Stoodley.
And I'm going to call it there. I think we may have a penalty coming in here. Or is it?
Yeah, certainly a Phoenix player on the floor as the puck was down in the corner on the boards there.
It did look to me like there was a bit of a trip in there, or maybe a borderline hooking call, but Blaine Evans has let it go. And as soon as I can, I will get that goal information confirmed.
Referee's just having a chat with the DJ there, putting his request in for later.
I wonder what Blaine would be requesting.
Looks like a Metallica man to me.
Yeah. And knowing Mr. Gammon, knowing his taste and his collection, I believe he probably would have that.
But the Buffalo win the face-off and they keep the puck in this offensive zone. Nicholson and Dennis going at it there. It's Stoodley that brings it away. Crosses the blue line into the offensive zone. No call on the hit there. They've kept it in. Wobbling shots down Weller Evans, but composed as always, keeps that out.
Another long-range effort there. The Buffalo are doing really good here. Good work at keeping these chances to the outside, not really letting them get in front of net.
Banner picks the puck. Oh, he's lost his foot in there, Tom Banner. He seems to be struggling out there a little bit this morning.
He is. I don't know whether that's a bit of a knock-on from what happened earlier, but you never know what knocks these guys are playing. Playoff time, end of the season, everybody's carrying something, everybody's hurt. Okay, so a little bit of a correction here. It was actually Cameron Buckle who scored that goal, assisted by Anna Robbins.
Yeah, we got one digit right. There, Buckle gets the puck out. It's Banner that's going to bring it away.
He takes another tumble into the boards there, and he's going to head back to the bench again.
Possibly needs his blade sharpened this morning. Phoenix attacking down the left. There's a hit on the boards there.
Adam Jones getting a little bit physical there on Theo Sir, who is he's been a very interesting prospect. Britain-trained Slovakian. He's had an incredible season. 11 plus 15 for 26 points season for the. I think he's only 17. 18.
Again, even when the Phoenix are trying to forecheck and intercept on the blue line, the Buffalo are just crowding them out.
They are just choking off that neutral zone. We said the neutral zone was going to be very, very important, and it has been so far. The Buffalo just penning them in every single time, as we're seeing here. The Phoenix trying to break, but they're trying to break one man at a time. They're not really breaking as
the dump up there, that's taking a deflection off of Andrew Mason, so there'll be no icing call there. Now the Phoenix are going to have a go at building from behind their own goal. But again, it's intercepted, and the Buffalo are keeping them in the...
And probably one of the most dangerous men in the league to have the puck on his stick, Alan Wilson there, trying to make something in front. Definitely a man you don't want to give that space and time to on the net.
With 45 goals and 30 assists in 20 games, it's been quite incredible this season.
I think only Paul Petts, actually, his line mate, beat him out for most assists this season, isn't it?
He did, yeah, with almost 2 a game. The two, as the coaches, certainly leading by example for their team this year. Well, we did have an icing call there, so we're going to have an offensive face-off for the Guildford Phoenix.
The only thing to notice about that, though, when you've only got 2 players who put up those kind of numbers, I've seen it this year when I've been doing games for the Bees webcast. Dom Gabay and Marcel Balaz are their 2 biggest point scorers, and when teams found a way to shut those 2 down, it really shut things down offensively for the Bees, and that's going to be what the Phoenix really need to figure out here, is how to shut down Buckle, as Alex Sanford there with another chance on a slap shot, but it's paddled to the corner.
And again, it was Hallam Wilson and Paul Petts on the assists, getting him in there, just really putting those plays together very nicely.
As you said, leading by example as another long ranger comes in at Dan Weller-Evans.
They're slightly more speculative, that one. Phoenix got a man over on the right-hand side here, couldn't quite control the puck. But Abbott has actually managed to win it back up here in the left-hand corner. But again, crowded out. The Buffalo have really got the hustle on this morning.
Really does seem at the moment like wherever there's 1 Phoenix player, there's always 2 Buffalo.
They can reset now. That was quite a good clearance, actually. There was almost a man over on that side, but the Phoenix defended that quite well.
As we were saying at the top of the broadcast, but not too familiar elements of the roster, but very familiar with one player out there right now, which is Carl Graham, Scooter as he's known. A bit of a Basingstoke hockey legend.
A good effort there. It was Oliver Dennis coming across the blue line, flipped one towards Dan Weller-Evans, who actually had to make a save, couldn't be sure that was going wide. Slight mistake there on the blue line from the Buffalo, and it's Stoodley, but he couldn't make his way past the D-man.
I think that at the moment, that's what the Phoenix are looking for there. They're looking for that one-man break with that one mistake as Sherrington tries to play it in, but the Buffalo will force the turnover.
Harry Harkup, someone I'm sure you would have seen with the Bees a little bit. He had a little bit of time at Chelmsford last year.
I do believe I have seen him with the Bees.
Whilst having quite a lot of skills and good hands, doesn't seem to put up as many points as perhaps he should.
No, but I know this is going to sound like a controversial opinion. I think sometimes people put too much emphasis, especially on points, because you don't need an entire roster of players that put up 40 points a season. You need players that do those other little things in the nitty-gritty in the corners, and Harry does that really, really well. He just does things the simple way.
He's too good looking for a grinder.
Exactly.
And another save there as the Buffalo keep the pressure up in this first period. Just over 10 minutes gone in it now. And another chance, and it's saved. That little shot from number 16 there in the slot.
And that was actually set up by Harry Harkup. Another an example there of what I just said. He does the simple things. He laid it up for Cameron Buckle, who just found the pads instead of the back of the net. Buffalo
again winning the puck defensively and bringing it out, but off the skate of Harkup, and he can't keep control. However, that's fantastic. Luke Tull crowded out on the blue line, and the puck hits the net. So we will have a face-off in the Buffalo D zone. Well, the Buffalo, I think they've worked out that one-person spearhead movement is not really going to cut it at the moment, and they're closing it out of the blue line for the Phoenix. But considering that, I mean, the top 3 point scorers for the Phoenix, they all share points amongst each other. So doing a one-man spearhead is not their normal game. No, but I think they maybe have adapted for this size of rink, which I don't know if you want to do. You should really just go out there and play your game. Banner rims the puck behind the goal. It's Hallam Wilson that picks it up on the left-hand side, right across the neutral zone, but unable to be picked up there. Ooh, a tight offside call there as Studley takes it in, but his shot is blocked by the shin of Banner. I think his line mate had one skate either side of the line. Unfortunately realised just the last second as the other Studley paddles it away into the corner. Yeah, the deflection on the pass there. That's in the breadbasket for Dan Weller-Evans, a shot just up from outside the blue line. Yeah, those tight offside calls, obviously there's no video replays or anything here, but that was incredibly tight. But the deflection on the pass, almost the full length of the ice, but the deflection just on the blue line very nearly took it up and over the Phoenix keeper. Yeah, I mean, timing is so important, especially on the offense, and it happens. You know, you think your line mate's somewhere where he's actually not. You end up straddling the line there. Yeah, the puck is back out. It's now in the D zone with the Phoenix as they're going to try and work their play from behind their own net. Speedy break through the middle here. And the puck comes across the crease, but there's no one there again to tap it in. Hinnett keeps it in, and a shot into the breadbasket for Dan Weller-Evans. That was a really good attempt, actually, from Minin. It gets that puck off at the weird angle. Dan Weller-Evans has to think what to do with it in that situation, and he bounces it back out in front of the net, where I guess Mininik was hoping that there would be a Phoenix player waiting there to maybe get a tap in, as it now comes back to the point. And Baylor with a point shot that goes straight into the glove of Weller-Evans. Bread and butter for Dan Weller-Evans, that. Yep. And the puck ends up behind the goal with Sherrington. He's got it back in front, but the Buffalo managed to clear. Cole clears out. Fantastic acrobatics from Shields there on the boards. Does that mean... Okay. So are we just talking to ourselves? Okay. Refunds. Don't say that word. This is still being... Carry on. Okay, so it'll bounce back down into the Phoenix end, and they'll try for a setup, try for a stretch play, but it's just... That was fantastic defending from Tom Bennett. That's a great interception there as they come in with the shot, and that's a good block. Paul Petts there. I think we're going to get an icing call there.
Indeed we are. Something we've said you have to be very careful about in this ring, but I think the Phoenix there just really needed the rest, because there was definitely a Buffalo offensive move building in that scenario.
Yeah, as we've said once or twice before, with the smaller ice, if you don't get the timing of that line change perfect, you could be stretched all over the place. It's a way of making this small ice very, very big. Oh, this is a really lovely move, a fantastic deke in. And a really good save from Dan Weller-Evans.
That was an incredible move there.
Yeah, Theo Sire deking beautifully from the blue line into the offensive zone.
One of the things I used to love watching Vanya Ranchanov do, Breton, was a poke check like that and just skate away looking for the break chip.
There's a chance here. Little bit of afters. Referees are straight in on it.
I think that was
as Paul Petts came across the slot, he lost his footing and tried to get the puck back inwards to Christian Nicholson, but he couldn't quite get it home.
I think that was Alex Samford, and I'm not sure who.
I think it's James Buckingham.
Maybe.
All right, lovely volunteers in the penalty box. Going to see some action? Not quite yet.
No.
That's good. To be fair, I think that Blaine Evans is more than aware of the situation of the.
I think that's a classic Blaine Evans call. Look.
Let's keep it calm. Let's keep it 5 on 5.
Everybody got a little bit wound up there. Let's just let it pass and get on with the game. But if you do it again, you'll go into the box. I remember once Blaine throwing players out of the game I was in because their nameplates were taped on.
And Becker loses the puck in the neutral zone, and it's Stamford that tries to go through the middle, but he's crowded out by 2. Keeps hold of the puck though with some fantastic skill. Alan Wilson right on the boards on the goal line, being penned in, but it's the Buffalo that keep the puck. Stamford in behind the goal. Cameron Buckle's trying to get in front of it. It's a long one that comes in. There's a deflection, and again the Buffalo keep the pressure on. Phoenix intercepts it in the slot, a chance to get it out. Fraser Studley, that's gone all on his own, completely crowded out by Buffalo players. Dumped the puck behind Dan Weller-Evans' net. So Buffalo bring it out. Cameron Buckle gets a good touch on it, but he loses it on the blue line for Mihanik.
Look back there on the play, and it did look like he had the 4 line mates hanging back on. I'm not sure.
Puck is off the back of the net. Josh Abbott is going to pick it up behind the goal. Again, his options are quite limited.
Well, it's like I said earlier, there's 2 Buffalo for every on Phoenix. Although we saw there the Buffalo are playing very, very deep there in their own end. They're not really covering guys off.
No, but this when they're forward checking, this 2-2-1 really being hard for the Phoenix to break down. Battle in the neutral zone, won by Cameron Buckle. Tried to clear the puck. I think he could have put his hand down on it then.
Nobody knows where the puck is. It's behind.
As Banner goes behind his own goal, as the Buffalo look to come out from behind their own net once again.
There we go.
Harcup, that's a lovely dip into. Oh, carrying the puck there.
I think that is. Oh, that was again quintessentially something Blaine Evans would call. Although I think he's sending something onto the box. He's sending Rondo's box.
It was that holding on the boards.
So we're going to get the first power play of the game, and I'm going to scroll through my stat sheets here and find out. So this year the Buffalo have had 22 conversions and 88. So they've had all over there. They've converted 22 times on the power play, but they've failed to convert 88 times. So they've only had a 25% conversion rate on their power play this year. Meanwhile, the Phoenix have had a 86.61% for their penalty kill.
88.61.
88.61.
They've done slightly better. Slightly better than the Buffalo. The Buffalo are on 85% of their penalty kill.
I'll tell you what, by 10 o'clock this evening, we won't know. I'll be perfect. But right now, I'm getting back into it. Also, the Phoenix have 8 short-handed goals, 4 on the season, and the Buffalo have had 1 short-handed goal scored against them. So the odds there, they favour this. I think this favour this as a non-conversion, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. Harcup rims the puck round the back for Stamford. Struggling to actually keep control of it here. They seem to have the players in the right positions, but now they seem to get the take-to-take going.
Well, this and it's confirmed there. Rondo Smith, 23, 2 minutes for charging.
It's hit the post. Oliver Paul Petts with a little flick shot from just inside the right circle coming off the near post. Good chance for the Phoenix to clear the puck here, which they do.
And the Buffalo are doing something that I've noticed as games. They're using a lot of speed and manoeuvrability, something like that. See the feet a whole lot when they. Oh, there was a forced turnover there.
Studley's lost out. That's unfortunate. That was a really good chance there.
There we go. Commentators curse. I'm compliment. They do something like that.
And a great clearance again from the Phoenix.
And they're all set behind them.
Oh, the Buffalo iced the puck. This has actually been killed quite well by the Phoenix. They've shaped up quite well defensively. And when they've managed to clear the puck, they've cleared it a long way.
Well, I mean, at 86% on their PK, 88% on their PK. You'd expect them to do well. It's interesting, though, sometimes you see this. Teams play better when they're a man down than they are a man equalled in the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, something about that even number, I suppose.
Yeah. Or it's, I guess it's to do with the amount. It'll be to do with the amount of space that you've got to skate into, the amount of options you have.
This is a lovely move here as the Buffalo are coming forward with Sam Hemmings-May up, but he's crowded out. Mihinic brings the puck away. That's a good shot. It's deflected. It's pad saved by Weller Evans. The puck is in the air. Theo Sire gets it back to the blue line. They keep it in, and a deflection on the shot, but it's just past Dan Weller Evans' post. Gaylor with the puck on the left-hand side. It went across the crease. Theo Sire millimetres away from it. Phoenix now killing this penalty off. Lovely, keeping the puck in the defensive zone. A lovely move and a great save. And from close range, Sherrington wasn't able to get the puck past Weller Evans.
And we're seeing there, as Alex Sanford now will try and force it forward, but we're seeing a momentum change here off the back of that PK. It's amazing what a successful penalty kill can do for your offense. Absolutely,
yeah. Both sides back to full strength now. Rondo Smith out of the box, and that could give the Phoenix quite a lot of confidence, actually.
As the buzzer sounds to end the period with the Basingstoke Buffalo. Got it right that time. The Basingstoke Buffalo up 1-0 against what everyone would have expected going into this game. The Guildford Phoenix have not looked like the Guildford Phoenix I expected coming into this game. They've been hemmed in their own end. When they have got forward, they haven't looked very clinical. They're going to need to readdress all of that going into the second period. At the other end of the ice, Basingstoke Buffalo, I think Hallam Wilson is going to be very pleased and will take that. He might have wanted another goal on the board, but then that's the 2-0 lead, and that's the worst lead in hockey, but we'll say more about that as and when that happens. But I think the Phoenix will be looking to build on that momentum going into the second period with that penalty kill. Bit of a kicker that it's come around the end of the first period, because it potentially means that you lose that momentum now going into the break. But we shall see as we head into the break. We'll see you all for the second period.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alexandra Palace. We've put a short apology out there. There was a local outage of all phones and internet, which may have affected your viewing pleasure in the first period. We apologise for that, but unfortunately it was well out of the control of England ice hockey.
Ain't modern technology a wonderful thing? Oh. Sorry?
Did it end?
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I was just our producer Lauren was just asking me how the score ended, because at the moment the scoreboard here in the rink isn't even working. So it ended 1-0 to the Basingstoke Buffalo. Cameron Buckle with the goal midway through the first period.
But it's 5:36. It's quite early.
Oh yes,
they did ping quite early, and the Buffalo are actually on the front foot straight away with Adam Jones.
No.
And he's blocked out of the blue line, but he's managed to keep hold of the puck as he right high across the goal. Of course, I'm sure a high stick penalty would have come if anyone got in on the end of that.
Quite high, but it did maintain the zone now as the Phoenix with 2 men on the rush as
Rondo Smith has the
Rondo
shot.
Smith.
But again, it's got to be some shot from there to get past Danwell Evans.
Yes, he has so far has turned away everything that was thrown at him as the Phoenix try and get it out in front, but they can't find the space.
The Buffalo have got a break on here. They've got an extra man as Stamford comes forward. Pet's in behind. Oh, it's a great pad save. I think it's Harry Harkup at the far post. No, it's Alan Wilson. Almost on the end of that. Great move from the Buffalo.
Great move there, just looking for that rebound opportunity. Obviously the goal was the preferred option, but they couldn't find anyone on it. As
great forecheck from Harkup. Oh, buckle shot, glove saved.
Doodley put to test early on here at the start of the second.
So if anything, that momentum that the Phoenix gained from killing that penalty has actually gone immediately, and the Buffalo have got right back on top.
I mean, I said it at the... and nobody heard it because we weren't going out live at the time, but it's that risk you have when you kill a penalty so late in a period that you lose all that momentum that you gain from it going into the break. Because the Buffalo have had the opportunity to reset as the Phoenix break now.
Sherrington with the shot and a glove save by Weller Evans, but he doesn't keep hold of it. Looking for Stoodley in front of the net there.
That's probably the first real opportunity the Phoenix's leading scorer has had this season.
Yeah, the first time that Dan Weller Evans has had to extend himself, really. Low shot there, just running wide as Toll keeps it alive. Now the Phoenix are able to sort of pen the Buffalo in. Stoodley's in behind the net. Sherrington's in front, but they lose the puck. Very tight on the blue line. White loses the puck to Harkup. Compton flicks it forward. There's a shot there from Xander Robinson, deflected up over the bar and into the glass. Ooh, off the head there of Blaine Evans. Takes it like a champ.
Takes it like a champ. Insert, probably it'll knock some sense into the referee. But no, Blaine Evans, one of the referees, I would argue, doesn't need any sense knocked into him.
A little readjustment of his bucket there and he's good to go. Offensive face-off for the Buffalo. Stamford gets a shot off. Wilson picks up the rebound, but he's crowded out in the slot. Theo Sire misses the puck as it comes forward, and the Buffalo can again build from the back. Flick on from Alan Wilson on the blue line. Phoenix win it back in the neutral zone as Buckingham tries to get round Jones. Dan Weller Evans rims the puck clear. It breaks into the neutral zone now, and the Buffalo again on gate forward. And that's out of the rink. A lovely souvenir for a fan on the far side there.
NIHL 1 and 2 weekend branded puck, something to treasure there for a fan. It's become a bit of a game of active stick work here through the neutral zone. Everybody seems to be ploughing into each other.
But there's almost a bit more finesse than there was in the first period, like those early nerves have settled.
I think players are now resorting to playing, as we said, their game plan. They're not looking for a game plan that's specialised to the rink, as the Phoenix will break forward in force.
Fraser Stoodley is up Deep through. Lost the puck there. The Buffalo tried to get out, but that's a mistake. That's picked up by Oliver Dennis. Fraser Stoodley now keeps hold of the puck up against the boards, battling really hard on the boards there, keeping the puck. But the Buffalo could bring it away with Freddie Stevens.
And now the Buffalo probably would really look to get a change, but they're going to try and push forward as Sanford tries to cut inside, but is closed out.
Really good defending that by Tully, just stayed on his feet. No touch on that clearance. The Phoenix will have an offensive face-off. Kind of levelled out a little bit actually. The Buffalo started fantastic. The Phoenix have come back into it a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
It's a bit like it's a shock wake-up call for the Phoenix. That you know, the Buffalo came out, that momentum had swung their way to start the period, and now the Phoenix they've settled into that game plan. They seem to have more players going forward, looking for the space on the rush, and they now seem to be controlling it in this end.
Talking of wake-up calls, a bit of drowning pool bodies on the DJ system there. That's lovely.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
A perfect ice hockey song. Logan Hill keeping the puck defensively as they get it out. Rondo Smith on the blue line has lost it to Paul Petts. Abbott clears up through the zones, and Icing will have a face-off in the Phoenix defensive zone.
Interesting to see here if the Buffalo can make anything of this. They haven't really been able to make anything of their face-off so far this period.
And they lose that one again as Hill rims the puck out. Rondo Smith picks it up on the left-hand side, reverses it towards Abbott, but unfortunately he can't pick it up. Buffalo straight back on it with Nicholson. But then they're struggling to find their men in the right spaces when the puck breaks down. Abbott, that's lovely off there to Mihinik. Into the left-hand circle, tries to tuck it into Rondo Smith. It's intercepted by Nicholson.
I don't think we're going to get a delay of game. No, we're just going to get a face-off because it flew up and hit into that safety netting.
Yeah, great to see the safety netting, of course, but also brilliant to see the glass at Ali Pali. It really has made this venue look incredibly up to scratch.
It is a really nice place to come and watch hockey. I remember being here for the NIHL 2 finale last year, and I remember being very, very pleasantly surprised by it, considering everything I've heard about it during the mesh net days.
Yeah, of course that does. The mesh net makes it interesting for the fans and the players for a little bit of chirping.
Oh yeah. Like it's like whenever I've gone to Oxford, because in Oxford, obviously, anyone who's been to Oxford knows that the away fan section is right next to the ice, and there's just that mesh netting between you and the Oxford player. Well, all the players, and you know they heard what you said. Whereas through Plexi, you do have to wonder sometimes whether they heard it, as the Buffalo will break.
Yeah, Harkup in the middle, very nearly getting on the end of that one. Good pad save after the shot from Harkup. Oh, and that's a real close range effort. Put Cameron Buckle really close to getting on the end of that one. As Stoodley breaks away for the Phoenix, and it's a pad save by Weller Evans with his stick in there as well.
That's another strong test for Dan Weller Evans, but he did have it scouted, but there was traffic on the net there that could have screened him, but Weller Evans has shown, as he's done throughout the...
Sherrington's picked it up, he's gone near post, but again, Dan Weller Evans, the puck is on the back of the net.
There was me thinking back in there that commentator's curse was going to strike.
To be fair, mate, I think over the course of the day that's just bound to happen to us, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We should have a scoreboard really for that.
Well, that one might work.
Yeah.
We do understand actually from Lee Mercer, the GM at Haringey Huskies, that they are looking to get a sort of a central scoring board hung up from the ceiling. Because of course we found out this week they will remain in NIHL 2 this year. They won't be coming up to the Britain division.
Yeah, that's slightly a shame, but I understand the reasoning behind it. They want to build up the roster. They want to make sure that they're in a place where they're not coming up fighting for other teams' cast-offs and looking for players that they can't really afford to come in, as the Buffalo try and build for another offensive opposite.
Oh, that's a really good save off of the stick there.
It kind of mirrors, I think, the way Slough Jets kind of came up when they came up from NIHL 2 into NIHL 1. They had a roster of young up-and-coming talent with some good additions, as now we've got a little bit of set two between Buckingham and that's Sam.
Harry Tempest, I believe.
And Tempest is going to head to the box.
I think they both will. No, you're right, that was Alex Sanford. So that'll be Sanford, and it will be James Buckingham. No, he's not going into the box, he's gone into the bench.
So Phoenix power play here, and to return to my page of stats, provided courtesy of NIHLstats.wordpress.com. There you go, Joe, that's a lovely little plug in there for you. I'm just trying to find the page now. So the Buffalo this year have a 84.88 PK average, and they've been scored on so that's a 73 and 86. Meanwhile, for the Phoenix, I've lost. For the Phoenix, their power play this year was 32.26, and they've been scored on the power play 4 times.
And just confirmed there by Alistair Gammond that Alex Sanford has got 2 minutes for interference. Sherrington's picked that puck up in the right-hand circle. Stoodley is in front of the goal. That's who they're looking for, but I couldn't quite find him. Buckle looks to here. Stoodley in behind the goal. Theo Sires worked his way to the right, and that's been saved and cleared well by the Buffalo.
And Weller Evans' net came off in the process of making that save, but it goes quickly back on, so the play won't be stopped. Phoenix will build back up now. Sire gets it across the blue line.
Timed that line change very well there, the Buffalo. The lovely clearance, that's taken brilliantly by Alan Wilson. Beg your pardon. Paul Petts.
That's, yeah.
That's in front of the goal. Wow, what an incredibly close effort just past the post. Scrapping in the neutral zone here.
Scrapping in the neutral zone, but the Phoenix really struggling to get any kind of forward momentum going here on this power play as Hallam Wilson gets the turnover. He'll skate, dangle it, shoot,
and it's a goal! It's a short-handed goal for the Basingstoke Buffalo.
And it is 2-0, and we'll see it here. He picks up the turnover, finds the space, he has acres of it, and there is nothing Stoodley can do as he pots it into the net, and it's 2-0 to the Buffalo.
I think Stoodley was expecting it to perhaps go the other side. Very sort of, as Hallam Wilson brought the stick back for the shot, the slight shoulder movement, putting it into the near post. And it's 2-0 to the Buffalo.
And this is not how the script is supposed to go if you go off of everything on paper. But British ice hockey as a whole never, ever goes off of what's on the paper.
It does not indeed. And we know more than anybody that playoff hockey means you rip up the script. The Phoenix now got a few seconds left of this power play.
See before us, Alex Sanford getting ready to return to the ice. And he does, so that's the penalty killed. Immediately gets into the play with Josh Abbott.
Ooh, very close to a too many men bench penalty there.
Yeah, Compton tried to play it through the zone, but a bit too close to the bench. And now I get to drop in my favourite phrase, which is 2-0 up. That 2-0, 2-goal lead, the worst lead I think in ice hockey. because right now Alan Wilson and his bench coaches have to make a decision. Do you go all out to get number 3 and try and put more space between you, or do you try and shut it down and try and close out this Phoenix offense more than you have already?
And what we can see in ice hockey more than any other sport in the world is this game can turn on a pinhead in a matter of seconds. If you score 1, you can score 2 just as quickly.
Exactly. And we saw it there at the tail end of the first period. The Phoenix had been on the back foot most of the game. Then they got that penalty kill, successfully killed it, and that seemed to build them a bit more momentum. But we've seen it here. The Buffalo, they successfully, well, I guess you could say the best way to kill a penalty is to score on said penalty. As Dan Weller-Evans covers up another close-range poke attempt.
Jed Sherrington trying to go around the back and force a little cheeky one in off the back of the goalkeeper.
He has been unusually quiet for a player who has what is it?
14 goals and 28 assists in this season. Sherrington comes across the blue line. Dennis was offside there, I believe, as they come through.
I think it was the contact there with the Buffalo defenseman that kind of held up his line mate, which led to the offside call.
Rink really starting to fill up now, even across the other side. You can see on the camera in the standing area. Really is good to get a good crowd in early for this game. And as we said before, I think a lot of fans of the NIHL 1 will be pleasantly surprised at the quality they're seeing from these two sides.
Definitely. It's been a really good game so far, back and forth, even with the 2-0 scoreline. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Peterborough and Haringey serve as.
That's a really strange decision there by the goalkeeper, who chose to uncover the puck.
It forced a turnover that almost allowed Hallam Wilson and Alex Sanford to generate another goal.
Here comes Sire down the right-hand side. A lovely shot, well blocked by Tom Banner. He seems to have shaken that early sort of period that he had where he was struggling to keep his feet. And that's off the mask of Dan Weller-Evans. Players allowed to continue. There's a break on here as Hallam Wilson goes one-on-one with Stoodley, and it is 3-0 to the Basingstoke Buffalo, and their top point scorer from the season, their player coach. We said what way were they going to do it. They went for the third on the breakaway. They got the third. Chris Beale.
Chaos at one end of the ice as Dan Weller-Evans makes a series of so important saves. It gets played out. Not Dan Weller-Evans. Hallam Wilson gets on the end of it. He's in alone, has the time, picks his corner and pots it to make it 3-0 to the Buffalo. We talked about, do you go all out or do you sit back conservatively? Well, there's your answer.
The Phoenix heads will be spinning. Stuart Potts will be absolutely incensed as what he's seeing here. And there's a real chance now that they could find themselves 4 or 5 behind before they even know what's going on.
If the Buffalo keep playing exactly this way, that could be it.
Yeah, the forecheck from Buffalo is incredible. As we said in the first period, there seems to be just more of them on the ice at all times. The Phoenix looking to calm down now. Rondo Smith behind his goal looking to get the play going. Intercepted by Cameron Buckle as the Phoenix try to sort of dilly-dally with the puck out of their own zone.
They really don't seem to know what to do with it, trying to get forward at the moment.
I think if we see one more goal in this period for the Buffalo, we might well even see the timeout. Oh, is there going to be a hooking call there?
It is. Blaine Evans' arm is up. Either going to be tripping or hooking.
The Buffalo are going to be on the power play now, which, as we saw at the end of the first, that actually went better for the Phoenix. This could be their chance to turn that momentum over and try and get themselves back in this game.
Well, they've scored one short-handed. Can they score one on the man advantage? And well, you could. I'm not going to say what I could say there, because as me and Joe Scutts learned last year with the Solent Invicta game, you say that
it is never over. That's, of course, normally that sort of craziness is reserved for the second semi-final of the day. But of course, today we have 4. So we
don't say that, because I just realised the second semi-final of the day is my team versus Solent,
and I'm sure there's craziness ensued for that game as well.
No doubt there will be. Solent and Streatham, a rivalry in NIHL 1 South for the ages over the last few seasons.
So the Buffalo now on the power play.
Big hit there by Gaylor on the boards.
He does well there to chip the puck over the flailing Buffalo player on the floor and get it clear. Rebound off the boards, nearly took it towards Dan Weller-Evans' goal. Alan Wilson doing well to sort of get a hand on the puck and get it out of the zone there, but the Phoenix have a chance to clear. Stamford picks it up, a very tight offside call there as Stamford took the puck back into the blue line. Alan Wilson thought he'd made it out just in time. Not for Shields.
Well, I think Stamford there just going on autopilot. He's got the puck, he's going to go forward. Unfortunately, Wilson, I think he might have seen out of his peripheral. He thought Wilson had probably cleared the zone, but he hadn't.
I mean, where we are here, right above that blue line, that was incredibly tight.
Yeah.
Getting a bit scrappy from the blue line face-off, but it's the Buffalo that win it out. Stamford tries to chase the puck in. It's loose in the neutral zone. Harry Harcup picks it up. Goes down the right, tucks it back to Alan Wilson. Across to Paul Petts. And the shot back from the point there. Really good block on the head on Adam Jones. As the puck is behind the goal.
And I think we're going to get a face-off. Are we going to get it?
Holding the puck.
So it's going to be outside the Phoenix zone. Good kill so far from the Phoenix, but then that's what you expect from a team with an 88% penalty kill average on the season.
If the scoreboard is correct, we have just over a minute left on this penalty as Alex Stamford brings it over the blue line down the left-hand side into the right-hand circle, tucks it back to Harry Harcup, who goes down, gets up, but he's lost the puck, and it's Dennis that comes away with it now. Flicks it through to Theo Sire, and it's a good pad save by Dan Weller-Evans. As Stamford brings it over the blue line into the neutral zone. His two men looking to make the space ahead of him. He has the shot. It's blocked at close range by Buckingham.
Josh Abbott standing in the box, getting ready to leave.
Petts read that clearance and he picked it up. Harry Harcup now with the puck behind the goal. But Theo Sire comes out, uses the boards, can't quite chase it down as Stamford picks up the puck in his defensive zone. Lovely pass from Adam Jones. Picked up there by Xander Robinson. Tries to deep round. That's a great block there in the middle.
And Robinson did not like that hit from Tal. He's taken. Gives him a bit of a shove in the aftermath.
A little bit high maybe. I think more of just the actual anatomy of the two players there. Tal, the bigger man than Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for the clock to click up to see just how long we've got left in this penalty, but we can't quite see it. Abbott is on his feet, so only a matter of seconds, I would imagine, as Studley manages there to win the puck back, and he's going forward with Mikkonen in assistance, and it's just over the bar.
As Abbott returns to the ice, one of those scenarios there where if you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't shoot, you're damned. If you shoot, you're damned.
At close range there, Sherrington got the puck into Studley, but he couldn't quite flick it past. Great defending there to get the stick across. Sherrington in behind the goal. Sure, I just heard someone shout Michigan in the crowd. Cole can have a go back here from the point. Dan Weller-Evans goes to head it clear.
Phoenix have tried everything but the Michigan so far, as there's a long-range attempt. They do seem to have now settled into this pattern of they're trying to get something from close range, get it around the blue paint, try and get Dan Weller-Evans out of position in close range, but then also they're trying a bit of long-range stuff, trying for that traffic that's being generated when they're going for that. But yeah, the Michigan, they haven't tried the Michigan yet.
But as a goalkeeper, Dan Weller-Evans very rarely gives anything away on the rebound, and a deflection on there that he managed to get his glove on.
And as you say, he doesn't give much away on the rebound. It rebounds out of his glove. Stamford
gets the puck clear, taking a big hit for his troubles as well.
And that's another one on the commentator's curse scoreboard for you.
The Phoenix back in their own defensive zone, trying to work the play. That's a great interception by Alan Wilson, and he's managed to dink the puck round Rondo Smith. He's got help, and it was Petts, but he couldn't get the shot off. It was a fantastic back check by Logan Hill. And there is a rebound off Dan Weller-Evans, and they managed to keep it out.
Fantastic end-to-end hockey there. Logan Hill puts it all on the line to block that shot, because I think that could have made it 4-0. And then at the other end of the ice, Dan Weller-Evans forced into making one of those incredible game-saving saves. He's made a fair few of them so far.
He has indeed. A great season he's had. He's also been quite happy to play back up to Morgan Parsons as well and see the young man get as much ice time as possible.
I mean, they've both had very impressive seasons. Both, Dan's had a .916 save percent average, whereas Morgan's had a .912 and a 2-point goals against average this season. Neither of them are a slouch in that.
No, good shot there from Cameron Dennis, just missing the top left-hand corner of the goal. Berrington's in on the goal line, tries to go near post, but it's blocked out by Dan Weller-Evans, and the puck bounces out into the neutral zone.
There again,
where Toll looks like he's going to get caught, but he just about gets away with it. Cameron Buckle with the interception, Xander Robinson, and a slight stumble on the back skate there from Toll.
And that.
The Buffalo are going to have a face-off in their offensive zone. Which they win. Cleared out there by Abbott. Robinson tries to tuck the puck back.
Sorry folks, Ben's we've just been handed our lunch menu here, so we're just going to fill that out. But meanwhile the Phoenix are breaking. Sire trying to get it across, but is closed out. It's play back to the blue line, and now Matthew Toll will play it back to try and build from the back out. Collected there by the Buffalo.
Is that your pen I just gave away, Chris?
No, that was the pen that came with the clipboard.
And now the Buffalo are pushing forward again. It's a long speculative shot, so just really to get the line change off.
Here we go, Nick Mininick, long range attempt, blocked, saved, and covered up by Dan Weller-Evans.
And that is the true difference in the levels of goalkeeping. When it did rebound off him, it didn't go far, he got the stick on it and got it into his glove before anyone could get anywhere near it. And as you say in many other sports, levels.
Yeah, both the net miners in this game. I mean, Jake Stoodley this year, 0.922, 2.9 goals against.
There's a reverse on here. Bondo Smith takes the dive, couldn't sweep it out. Stamford behind the goal gets blocked out, but he does win the puck back right in front of the crease. Kept in the zone by Adam Jones.
I think this is key at the moment for both netminders, really, is their rebound control and their defence's ability to clear them.
Yeah, it's what playoff hockey is all about, them dirty backdoor rebounds. You don't care how they go in, they've just got to go in.
As I used to call them dig for victory goals in my days on the NIHL webcast.
Ooh, as Mikkonen tried to pass the puck through there to Studley, it took a little bounce and deflection. Everyone kind of watched in slow motion as it just went past the post.
Samford plays it off to Alan Wilson. Samford behind the net. He gets closed out by two Phoenix players, but
there's three Phoenix players there. There's now three Buffalo players out on the blue line. Luckily, the Phoenix come out with the puck.
And that's as a blocker save on a Josh Rando Smith shot. It's not really ideal to have three of your own players down behind your own red line, because that means you've got at least four unmarked Buffalo players hanging around elsewhere.
Yeah, and again, it's something I don't think tactically that they would be planning it like that. It's just almost like they need to get their heads back on what their game plan is.
I mean, anytime I see that, I think of that meme of the Toronto Maple Leafs against Carolina from several seasons ago, where it was something like 4 or 5 players all down below the goal line.
Unfortunately for fans like myself, the Toronto Maple Leafs are just one big meme.
Hey, mate, I share your pain. I'm a Leafs fan as well. Just going to out myself here on the stream for that. Buffalo will try and build.
Buckle brings it away to Harkup, who rims it round. Xander Robinson looking to pick that puck up with Gayler. Sherrington off the glass, gone all the way down. We're going to get an icing call.
The momentum seems to have once again swung very heavily here back in the favour of Buffalo. They've got the lion's share of the offence, the lion's share of possession here. Phoenix being forced to just dump it out, try and hope it doesn't get an icing call here.
With only 2 minutes remaining in the period, you'd think the Phoenix have probably got to get a goal before the end of this one to stand any chance of getting back into it.
Is the curse of Ali Pali going to strike again for the Phoenix? Because of course they lost here in the semi-finals last year as well.
But they have won the cup here this year. Alan Wilson picks the puck up over the blue line, a shot from the left-hand circle, and that's pad saved by Studley.
And again, there, as I said, rebound control is so important, and it's so important that your defensemen get to those rebounds and get them clear, as we saw there. As now Alan Wilson is open.
Oh, it's just over the top. Staying out on this blue line, almost right in front of his bench. I'm not even sure if they thought he was in play, the Phoenix.
I think possibly it's that, like we said, the tight neutral zone can throw you off a little bit, and maybe they were thrown off a little bit by his positioning.
Touch through the middle there means no icing. Adam Jones goes and collects the puck from behind his goal as the Buffalo come out again. A slight mistake from Jones, but he makes up for it with a big hit there. Oh, well, another Buffalo defensive mistake, and there's a chance here.
And we've got a penalty shot.
We have. To be fair, I think that was probably coming as Theo Sire collected the puck. He got himself through one-on-one. He was taken from behind as he tried to shoot. And I think it'll be Theo Sire himself that steps up and takes it.
And you could not ask for a better player to try and take this. 11 and 15 on the season. 11 goals, 15 assists, 26 points on the season.
Well, we said with the minimal time remaining in this period, a goal for the Phoenix now could really swing the momentum.
So I'm going to give an assist to you if this is converted. Courtesy of the commentator's curse.
I'll take it.
That's going to be a running gag through the rest of the day, I'm afraid, to everyone watching.
Now, if you're going to have a penalty shot, one of the best goalkeepers in this league, nay, the British hockey setup. And Sire does him on the penalty shot. It's 3-1.
Takes his time, rests on it, looks for the gap, finds it. Dan Weller-Evans had it scouted but just couldn't extend the leg far enough.
No, in the butterfly position there, he only really left a puck's width between his skate and the goal, and Theo Sire found it with aplomb.
And that makes it 3-1, and as we said, Phoenix really needed to get one back in the game. They had tried everything but the penalty shot to try and get one as Xander Robinson fires one from the half boards.
Oh, they tried to go around the front. Harry Harkup very nearly into the near post. Little bit of holding and grabbing there.
Harry Harkup, the one in the headlock, I believe. Buckingham, is he going to go to box?
Yeah, a little bit of disagreement from Buckingham, but he's being led away by Brothwell. Bit of hand gesturing as well.
He really wants to get it. He wants to get it Harkup.
Well, he's not being led to the box. He's going to remain in the play.
Blaine's giving him the finger wag, telling him behave.
Yeah, worth keeping an eye on those two, just on the left-hand side of your screen there. Thompson tries to dump it in. Off the back of the net, Xander Robinson picks it up. And Harkup missed it as it comes out.
Blaine Evans' arm is up, and we're going to get
the gloves are down. The gloves are down. Buckingham has dropped gloves. And no one wants to go for it.
Well, looks like Buckle wanted something, but unless Buckle did something we didn't notice off the play, but both number 16s for both teams are currently in the box.
Yeah, neither look too happy about it either.
Just trying to discern from Blaine Evans' hand signals here.
The interesting hand signals are coming from the penalty boxes.
So the face-off is going to take place in the Phoenix zone. So there is another Phoenix player heading into the box. No, sorry. No, he's heading back to the bench.
Jed Sherrington makes his way back to the bench.
I think we're going to be...
Now again, with the minimal time remaining in this period, just 36 seconds, on this small ice, as the game's been going...
Okay, for a second there, I thought we were going to be seeing a Buffalo power play because we only had 4 Phoenix, 5 Buffalo, but an extra Phoenix player has joined the ice, but Blaine Evans not happy.
With one in each box, you'd still expect to see 5-on-5 from the same incident.
He's sent
Buckle
back to the bench.
Buckle has been removed. Buckingham is incensed.
He's sent Buckle back to the... That is...
Well, await confirmation, I think, from the DJ.
I don't think I've ever seen as Alex Sanford fires from the point, but it's blocked. I've never seen a referee do that. I've never seen a referee take a player out of the box.
That's wonderful stick work from Hallam. Back to Sanford. And it's in close range, incredibly close for the Buffalo. Alan Wilson can't keep control of the puck. They are on the power play, the Buffalo. Buckingham is in the box for the remainder of this period and the start of the next, of course, unless we get a goal. Sanford comes down the left-hand side. It's a good shot, it's a good pad save. But Jones keeps it in the box and it's intercepted. Mikkonen can bring it away now. There's a 2-on-2 and that is it. 3-1 at the end of the second period. The Phoenix just getting back into it at the end there, but that strange penalty decision that saw James Buckingham in the box, Buckle in the box and then out of the box means that we will start the third period with the Buffalo on the power play. A pretty good performance in that period, Chris.
Very, very good performance. Strong performance from the Buffalo to come out and take the period 2-1. 2-1. Phoenix swing the momentum a little bit back in their favour with that 3-1 penalty shot. But then we've just seen it, I think, swing back really in the Buffalo's favour. They're going to start the next period on the power play, which I think is the last thing the Phoenix would have wanted going into this break, because they now have to plan how to kill that penalty to start the next period and then try and get back into this game and try and claw one back, knowing full well that that man advantage could lead to another goal being piled on for them.
And then, of course, I would imagine have to, when he comes back out of the penalty box, have to try and watch Buckingham's temperament.
Well, immediately when he got out of that box, he was very hot there at the end of the period, wanted words immediately with Blaine Evans, but he was shooed away by Blaine's assistants. But I think there's an undertone now to this game between, well, Buckle and Buckingham at least, that's going to continue into that next period.
Absolutely, a thoroughly entertaining 2 periods. Do stay with the stream and join us again for the third as the Olympia makes its way out onto the ice. Backwards. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alexandra Palace for the third period of this incredibly exciting NIHL 2 Wilkinson Division playoff semi-final. The Basingstoke Buffalo are leading the Guildford Phoenix by 3-1. You're joining with me, myself, Ben from Zero Pucks Given, and Chris Beale, experienced hockey commentator. Also does the play-by-play for Streatham Redhawks, and believe you me, if you've tried to watch a game and type on Twitter at the same time, that is hard work.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, it is. It's a nightmare trying to keep up with everything that happens in some of our games. Well, especially last year, where we used to score goals in 4 or 5 goals a cluster in under 2 minutes.
And then relying on, of course, the PA system, which is aging as quickly as your lovely leisure centre is.
Yeah, it's interesting trying to do updates when you've got an old trains tannoy system. That sounds like No, all the love to Angela, our rink announcer, who does the best she can with the system we have. But anyway, we return to action here in the first game of today's 4 games here at Ali Pally as the Basingstoke Buffalo return to the ice. The Guildford Phoenix have already returned to the ice, although at the moment they've only got 2 skaters and a netminder out there. They will start the period down a man, though, and it was announced during the break, so Buckingham got 2 minutes for roughing at the end of that period.
Really?
Yes.
But any description on why Buckle was in and then out?
The only description we got was that Buckle was in there by mistake. So I thought we were witnessing that rarest of things ever, which is a referee realising he's made a mistake and changing his mind. But I think it was just a genuine mistake, and maybe Cam Buckle misheard and decided to go to the box. I don't know.
Well, it's certainly something that the Guildford Phoenix could do with avoiding as we go through this third period, is being on the penalty kill for too much of it. They've got 2 goals to make up to get this back to even close to being a sort of a win for them to force the tie, which we said earlier. We said we didn't really want overtime due to the tight schedule. I guarantee we get it in all 4 games now.
Oh, it's playoff hockey. You always want overtime. You always want bonus hockey in playoff hockey.
But so far, it is the Basingstoke Buffalo, who finished 3rd in the NIHL 2, that have really put this out. Guildford only lost 1 game all season in the league. This is not the time to lose your second. No, this is really not the time to lose your second. But as I said, they lost here in the semi-final last year. Could it be I mean, as you said, they won the cup final here, but like, could this be a case of history repeating in this scenario? Yeah, the only defeat they took was 5-4 down at Cardiff, so it was a tight one.
Yeah.
But to qualify for this, of course, they only had the 1 game, and it was at the Spectrum, and they took on the Solent Julia Devils and dispatched them by 9 goals to 0.
Yeah.
The Buffalo had a little bit more of a harder course to get here.
Yes, the Buffalo had a bit of a tougher course. They obviously had to play the Bristol Pitbulls NIHL 2 side, and I've got it here somewhere actually. Obviously. Where was it? There. Here we go. Yeah. So they won it 7-4 on aggregate, but obviously game 1 they only won by 1, and then game 2 they had to grind it out and get two goals.
They did. We are back underway in the third, and it's the Buffalo that have possession of the puck, with Jones behind the net. Familiar sight seeing them building their plays from behind the net. Harry Harcup comes fast down the right hand side, crosses the blue line. In support is Petts, Wilson, it's back to Jones, dumps one in. But they look incredibly composed, the Basingstoke Buffalo. They really do. The Phoenix, on the other hand, seem to have lost. As you see, it comes across to Alex Sanford, who nails one in with all that empty space, but it's saved by Stoodley and deflected out. We've seen this line get an awful lot of ice today as well, with Sanford, Harcup, Wilson, Petts. We have seen a lot, and Jones, we've seen a lot of those 5 out there. Well, in this situation, you're going to want to play your best line as much as possible to try and eke out some kind of a lead over a team like Phoenix. Harcup again down the right, crossing the blue line with support in the middle. Wilson picks the puck up, it's across to Sanford. Patient build-up play here on the power play. Alex Jones back from the slot. 10 seconds left in this power play. Buckingham gets to his feet, and we will have an offensive face-off as Stoodley manages to keep hold of that one. Adam Jones there pinching down, getting that last shot in. Second power play unit out now here for the Buffalo. We've seen a lot of this line as well. It's interesting that the Buffalo do seem to have a fairly long bench, but they do seem to be just using lines 1 and 2 at the moment. They do. Guildford back to full strength as Buckingham rejoins the fold and picks up the puck from Stoodley behind the goal, clearing out to Theo Sire, who of course got that penalty shot goal towards the end of the second period. And that's good work in by Sherry. What a block from Tom Banner. And that's what you need to do in playoff hockey. You need to put your body on the line, as Tom Banner did there to stop one of the league's leading scorers in Sherrington. Beckingham rims the puck to Sherrington as he brings it into the neutral zone. Struggling for support down that side there. Everything was to his right. So building out from behind the net again. Good poke check to get the Phoenix back on the front foot as they cross the neutral zone into the offensive. But again, just crowded out as Theo Sire went down that left-hand side. Galen with the puck in the neutral zone, looking for an option. In the end, they almost just give the puck up.
They may be giving it up, but they are still getting it into the area that they want it to be right now. All it's going to take here really is a turnover at the wrong time.
Yeah, which could have well happened there. Phoenix had 4 in advanced positions. Weller Evans puts a hand on it, and the Phoenix will have an offensive face-off.
It's a good way here to try and build something. The momentum does seem to be once again swinging their way after another successful penalty kill.
Just taking a pause there, a little chat with Weller Evans and the referee. Buffalo win the face-off, but the puck was picked up by the Phoenix, and it was a tight little squeeze at the near post there. Dan Weller Evans keeping incredibly tight to his post, and the clearance is iced. Good bit of applied pressure from the Phoenix. They're actually keeping the puck up this end, making the Buffalo think about their defensive plays.
Yep, they're making them think about it, but they're also making them make rather desperate moves there to just try and get it clear and try and get as many bodies off before the icing gets called.
Great interception at the blue line there to put the Phoenix on the back foot, back behind their own goal with Logan Hill. Little touch out to Mihinik. That's a lovely touch off there to... beg your pardon. Buckingham. Harry White picks it up. Skates into the middle looking for the opportunity for the tap-in. Phoenix really keeping the pressure up here as Abbott reverses it. Hill keeps it into the offensive zone. Mihinik is down in the corner now with Tom Banner for company.
Really good job here of keeping the cycle going up, down, but it's mostly down here at the line at the moment. It comes back up to the top to Hill.
And a deflection takes that very high over the goal, onto the net, very nearly out of the playing area.
Very nearly out of the playing area, but I think the Buffalo will be very, very relieved that it went in that direction, because it gives them an opportunity to get those tired legs off that they were trying so hard to do there. Try and get some new fresh bodies on as Paul Petts lines up to take the face-off.
Yeah, the score in this game so far, really out of character for these two teams throughout the season. The game at Basingstoke saw Guildford walk away with a 2-0 victory, whilst at the Spectrum it was 7-3, so quite conclusive. I guess Buffalo have really just turned up at the right time.
They really I mean, that's the thing about these one game weekend formats. All it takes is a good 60 minutes by any team and you're out. I've lost track of the amount of times I've been to Coventry's Final Four, and I've seen the league champions ousted that afternoon. I mean, it led to the legend of the curse of the Dragon locker room, because the team that wins the league always gets the Blaze locker room on the Saturday, and it would always be the team that won the league was one of the first teams going home that weekend.
Keeping the puck in play for sort of prolonged periods here, actually, and both sides do now look to be quite comfortable in their plays. They've set up quite well. The Buffalo have really let that period go. That's fantastic control from Alex Sanford as he keeps hold of the puck. He's got Hallam Wilson with him, but he's poke checked there by Abbott on the back check.
Good job here keeping the puck in though, but that forced turnover, not really what Hallam Wilson would have been looking for on that play.
Long shift over there for that line of the Buffalo. They managed to change lines as the puck got the offensive end.
Did we see another swing in terms of things here with Buffalo reversing it now and possibly hemming the Phoenix in their own end?
Tries to break out here with Sol Studley, who goes down the left. He's got Compton for company, but he digs it past him on the boards. Into the inside, and Theo Sire unable to get the shot away on the turn. That was good defensive play there from Mondo Smith. He got the block in. I think it was on to actually use the boards to go around him rather than try and go through him.
And Christian Nicholson there was looking for the breakaway opportunity, but just denied as the Streatham drum starts up to our left.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
Good play again from Studley, keeping hold of the puck and then releasing behind his goal, but the Phoenix lose out in the neutral zone. Chance to break forward now down the right hand side. and it's just on the outside of the near side of the net. Toll is down there. Mihinik, the Guildford Phoenix captain, loses out in the corner. But Rondo Smith keeps it in, rimming it back the other way. No one in the slot there as there's now a break on. It's 2-on-2. Xander Robinson is going up there. He's going to go alone, and the shot is just wide.
And good shot blocking there from Montgomery Gaylor.
Physical play down in that defensive corner. Xander Robinson comes out with the puck, puts it across the crease. It's picked up by Jones at the back. The Phoenix can bring it away with Sherrington. Mihinik is chasing it down the left. Harkup brings it out to Jones. Crosses the blue line with Harkup in the middle, looking for it, and it's just off the outside of the goal. Jones back checks it round the back of the goal. Xander Robinson picks it up.
Robinson there, I think, very lucky not to get called for a tripping call.
Yeah. Another pad save by Weller Evans as the Phoenix come down the right. It was Josh Abbott with the shot. It's picked up by Studley behind the back. Two players on the backsides there. Abbott looking to keep it alive, but it is cleared out, and a loss of footing there in the defensive zone by Harry Harkup. Flexion up on that shot, out to the far corner. Studley in behind the goal with two for company. Banner manages to poke check it away. Paul Petts now brings it away down the left-hand side. He's got no support. They're looking to change line. There was a block on there. They have changed line successfully without too much trouble. As Wilson, fantastic, digs inside two into the circle. And just wide. A broken stick there for a Phoenix defender, but close to the hat-trick there for Hallam Wilson. As they go up the other end. And it is Oliver Dennis who snipes one into the top corner past Dan Weller-Evans, and my word, we have got a game on now.
Hallam Wilson almost goes close, one end fires it wide, and then on the turnover return, Oliver Dennis just roofs it past Dan Weller-Evans, and it is a one-goal game as a result of that. That's
in the net before Weller-Evans was even able to move. An absolutely fantastic goal.
It's just one of those situations where the offenseman's reaction time was quicker than the netminder's.
But that is exactly what we needed, with just over 11 minutes remaining in this third period. There's now only one goal in it. A massive momentum swing here at Ali Pali.
It is now very much next goal wins in this game.
You do feel that could well be the case, particularly if it does go to the Phoenix.
Yeah, but Hallam Wilson now looking to try and make that happen. Plays it through, but Samford just can't get on the right side of it, but it'll go to the corner.
Rimmed by Toll. Jones is going to keep that in the offensive zone. They're looking to line up in the middle there. It's gone near post. It's round behind the goal. Just looking for the wraparound there, but couldn't quite get the angle for it. So a delayed penalty goal that's been called as Sol Studley brings the puck forward.
I can only assume maybe the broken stick we saw for the Phoenix defender was slashing.
There's a break on here for Basingstoke as Buckle gets away, but he couldn't quite keep control of the puck. He's got it again now! Oh, what a fantastic save! As the puck came back across just in front of the crease, it was Alex Samford who very nearly made it a 4-2 game, but a really good save, probably the best save of the day so far from Jacob Studley.
Absolutely belter of a one-timer, dings right off the blocker up and over into the safety net. Brilliant reaction time there from Studley to see that coming, because Petts was unmarked in front of the net. He had Studley at his mercy there.
Sire manages to poke the puck round. Buckle picks it back up. There's sloppy mistakes happening from both sides now. I think them nerves that were with us at the very first start of the game are back.
Yeah, nobody wants to be the one now to make that first mistake, because if the Phoenix get that game-tying goal, I think that could swing everything in their favour for them. And obviously the Buffalo, they're going to want to not make the mistake. The Phoenix are not going to want to make the mistake that hands the Buffalo the next goal, because if the Buffalo get that fourth goal,
offside
it could be game
there.
over.
Phoenix really looking to work their way in, but unfortunately Fraser Studley was in an offside position.
Interesting there to see Buckingham laughing and joking with the Buffalo players after that play, considering the way things ended between the two sides.
What a game, eh?
Yeah. It is one of the aspects that hockey that always confuses new fans when I bring them, how these guys can for 60 minutes want to effectively look like they're trying to kill each other and then be laughing like that with each other for the next.
Bamford cuts back in on the break. He's got the puck into Paul Petts. They keep it in the offensive zone, and that's a really good blocker save, and then a catch from Jacob Studley.
That was very well scouted by Studley because there was a lot of traffic building in front of him.
And it come almost head height for him as well to get that blocker up in front of his face, effectively then closing off his own vision.
Buffalo at the moment, certainly they're getting their chances, but they're not really from a range where they would like to have them at the moment.
They'd like to work the puck, work the opportunities to get that the shot off with the better angle rather than having a go from a bit further out.
Really, with both of these netminders, Hallam Wilson will now break up the middle.
Oh, it's a hat-trick for Hallam Wilson. The reverse pass from Paul Petts in the neutral zone there. That really is what set that up. And as Wilson went across the blue line into the slot, that's a fantastic goal. Could that be the game-winning goal for the Basingstoke Buffalo?
And we saw there on the replay, Hallam Wilson threading the needle through the middle of the two closing Phoenix defensemen who couldn't close the gap and block the shot quick enough. And it slips past Studley into the bottom corner, and it's 4-2 to the Buffalo. They're back to that 2-goal lead, and back to that question: do they close this game out, or do they go all out for that fifth?
And with just over 9 minutes remaining, it's certainly going to be an exciting 9 minutes.
I'd be tempted to go all out to get the fifth.
Said by a true Streatham fan.
Low scoring? What is this low scoring you speak of? Turn over to Xander Robinson, who will play it down to the corner.
Oh, Theo Sire, good turn in his own defensive zone then to come away with the puck. He's going down the left looking for support, but it's not really coming.
And Paul Petts adding another assist to his tally for the season on that goal.
Quite an incredible tally he's got so far, 40 in the league alone.
I believe he's actually the league's leading goal assist maker this year. Long-range effort there from Louis Nicholson.
Speculative effort.
Yeah. Well, pretty much a situation there where if he tries to play it any further forward, I think he risks an offside call. So he forces the face-off, gives them an opportunity to try and push the offensive opportunity here in the Phoenix zone.
Guildford Phoenix, of course, will be hoping to sort of call on their previous of this year, where they won the cup at this venue in a one-game tie shootout. So far, this venue has not been their friend today.
No, it really hasn't, and especially when you consider I think they sealed the league championship with a win here as well over the Huskies.
Yeah, incredibly tight run between the two, but they ended up sort of taking it a bit of a stampede at the end of the season. Well kept on side there as the Phoenix bring the puck forward. Battle down in the corner there with Harry Wright, Josh Abbott. Puck comes back, Abbott has a shot, then it deflects up and over the goal. Adam Jones is able to now clear it out. The high stick call there.
Never understand how anyone thinks they'll get away with it.
I mean, not only was Oliver Dennis's stick completely vertical, he leapt about 3 foot off the floor as well.
So he needs to explain to him this is ice hockey, not basketball.
So we've got a face-off on the Buffalo's blue line. Thompson chasing back towards his own goal. Between him and Banner, they look to clear it. Studley's putting the pressure on there. And Harkup has lost the puck to Sherrington. And there's a shot that comes in and it's just wide from Gaylor.
There's enough traffic on the net there that could have snuck through.
And Gaylor's in the same position again, and it's Dan Weller-Evans on the back of it, but it rebounds out after a deflection. The Buffalo clear off the boards, and there's a break on now. Xander Robinson gets it across to Harry Harkup, and it's just wide. Harkup bringing the puck back though, he loses out. And it's Sol Studley on the breakaway down the left-hand side. Again, looking for support. It's now joined him in Jed Sherrington. Thompson clears the puck round the ribs, and Rondo Smith cannot keep it in the offensive zone.
Bannett putting his size there to really good use, forcing the puck carrier wide, making sure that Studley couldn't get a chance off.
And the clearance has been missed, and a real chance there. Alan Wilson couldn't quite get control of the puck.
And I think there, if Alan Wilson had been in a different position or collected it a bit earlier, we might have been looking at his fourth goal of the year.
Near post effort from Theo Sire. That's fantastic defensive work. Freddie Stevens there in the Buffalo D. Certainly clearing the rubbish out.
That is something that Buffalo have done so well today, has been just clearing the garbage in front of the net whenever it's been. There always seems to be one Buffalo just buzzing their own net.
Big chance here, and that's a great save by Dan Weller-Evans. As Dennis looks to grab his second of the game. I think he was almost skating away in celebration. Couldn't believe Weller-Evans got him on it. Glove save is then cleared. Phoenix come again. We are down to the last 5 minutes of this one. It is 4-2 to the Basingstoke Buffalo. The Phoenix really trying to get themselves back into it. They dump the puck in. As Wright puts the pressure on, Jones manages to rim it clear. Cole picks it up in the neutral zone. The Phoenix look to build again from the back. Logan Hill. Harry Wright will chase the puck in. Compton's the defensive man there. He gets it clear. Josh Abbott puts the pressure on. A speculative shot from Hill from the blue line, cleared by Weller-Evans. The puck bounces off the back of the goal. Harry Wright picks it up. Tucks it back to Josh Abbott. Again lacking support. Compton gets the clearance. Again more acrobatics from Shields on the far side there.
And I think this period of play is answering the question. I think the Buffalo have opted to try and just play shutdown, close this out for the last 5 minutes and hope they don't concede another.
What we have, we hold. They'll have an offensive face-off as the Phoenix ice the puck.
And that means they are going to deploy the first line. So Alan Wilson, Paul Petts, Alex Samford, Carl Graham and Adam Jones all out there. So they are obviously going to look to close this down, but they're also going to look to try and get another one.
Something that Hallam and Paul said before the game is that they really do feel that the spirit of Basingstoke is with them for this. And you can see that they're almost playing with that belief. And it doesn't matter who's in front of them, they think they can win.
Well, it would be a wonderful, one of those wonderful playoff stories, especially considering everything hockey in Basingstoke has gone through this year, as Oliver Dennis sees his shot padded away by Dan Weller-Evans. You know, playing in the rink they have to, with everything collapsing around them and nobody willing to accept responsibility for what's going to happen in the future with the hockey and with the rink in Basingstoke. To be here is an incredible story, and to knock the league champions out if they can get it done is just another incredible chapter in that story.
Unfortunately there, Alan Wilson couldn't quite control the puck as he was again looking to break through those defensive lines of the Guildford Phoenix. Danford now coming down the left-hand side with the puck. Again, support is quite minimal after the line change. And that's a good save, though, as he swept a speculative shot in there from the left side.
Danford's shot there looked like it was one of those shots that might sneak its way through. Alan Wilson now at the wing as he gets it to the middle to Cameron Buckle, whose shot is padded away.
Good angle on the one-timer there to try and get it away from the goalkeeper. Harry Harkup now, again, virtually on his own, takes the puck down to the left-hand corner. Reverse sweeps it, and Buckle is there to pick it up. Xander Robinson picks it up behind the goal.
It does look like now the Buffalo are playing 1-3-1. They are playing that high man with the 3 or 4 back behind, just to try and close this out, make sure that while they're getting the offense possession, that the Phoenix can't turn it as they have here, pushing forward.
Well, and again, a rebound out of Dan Weller-Evans' gloves, but it is picked up by one of his own players as Petts comes right across the neutral into the, Petts, I beg your pardon.
Yes,
misread the number on the back of the jersey. But there's something actually that's happening quite a lot this weekend where we're seeing player coaches that are involved. What sort of effect are Hallam and Paul having on the team when they've spent this much time on the ice?
Well, I'm a big fan of the idea of player coaches in British soccer. Because first of all, you're sending resources to particularly high caliber players such as Hallam Wilson, who is at this level. But I mean, they'll have that perspective of what it's actually like out there at ice level. Something that sometimes I think a bench coach doesn't have, which is just how the game is out there. And it's leadership at the end of the day. Obviously, you look to your captain to lead, but ultimately your coach can lead from the front just as much.
They, from an offensive position, the Buffalo end up with the puck in their own zone through their own choice. It is definitely what we hold from the Buffalo now.
And I think we are into the final
two, I believe, yeah.
1 minute and 34 if the clock is correct.
Oh, a deflection on the pass forward there from Hallam Wilson, nearly grabbing his 4th. Good save off of the chest of Stoodley as Sol Stoodley comes down the left, and it is out and then back into the offensive zone. Sherrington with a speculative effort. Dan Weller-Evans will keep hold of it. We will have a face-off in the Buffalo defensive zone.
Sherrington's somebody who the Buffalo have done an amazing job of basically silencing today.
Yeah, a player who's had quite a good year with 14 goals, 28 assists in his 22 games that he's played.
And I think now we're entering the territory of Stoodley probably being pulled for the last minute and a bit because the Phoenix have called a timeout. Try and figure out something to try and get them that goal that gets them back in, because as one of my favourite lines from the Mighty Ducks 3, how long does it take to score a goal? Less than a second, and we are looking at roughly about 1 minute 30 of time on the clock right now.
Yeah, you can imagine obviously if they do get that one that they'll possibly remain empty netted as well.
Yeah. But I mean, we saw last year at MK 3-1 going into the final couple of minutes, and Invicta, myself and Joe, everybody thought they're done, and somehow Alex Murray pulled off that magic moment with pulling Chico Cole twice in the space of a minute and scoring 2 goals twice in the space of a minute to force that game into overtime. So
with psychological warfare on the line here, Basingstoke have called their timeout immediately after the Phoenix.
Yep.
We have just seen mildly on the stream to the right hand side, Guildford Phoenix are currently empty netted. And we have a face-off in the Buffalo zone. We have 1 minute and 16 remaining in this third period. It's currently 4-2 to the Basingstoke Buffalo, who have the puck behind their own goal with Adam Jones. They managed to clear it out. Sanford picks it up in the middle. There's a real chance here. That's Hallam Wilson, and it's a great block. Jed Sherrington, as he's skating backwards, gets his something on the puck to take it over the empty net as the Phoenix come forward now with Dennis, beg your pardon. It's across, it's held in the middle. And now Sanford has a chance with the empty net at his mercy, and another fantastic block from the Phoenix.
Incredible blocking plays there on both of them, as it's now dumped in by the Buffalo, but again blocked and played out to the corner.
We are into the final 30 seconds. There is still 2 goals remaining. The Phoenix are empty netted. Sol Stoodley brings it into the offensive zone. His shot is blocked. Right back through the slot. Sanford has a chance. It's just wide. We're into the final 15 seconds remaining in the third. Do excuse me, the clock isn't running quite as nice as we would like it to.
That is incredible playoff hockey there, with those 2-3 blocks in a row to stop what should have been the game-killing empty net goal for the Buffalo.
That block from Josh Sherrington when Hallam Wilson was clear was incredible because he didn't sweep that shot, he slapped it. And this is the chance, and that is the empty net goal. It is Alex Sanford. The Basingstoke Buffalo have done what some people thought the impossible.
Lightning has struck twice in 2 years for the Guildford Phoenix. And that is, I would say, ball game to the Buffalo. They are already slightly celebrating.
Yeah, obviously we've said right at the start of this broadcast, anything can happen in this game. It does not take, as we said, just less than a second to score a goal.
But their forced turnover by Sanford turns, fires, and finally you're not going to block every single one of them, and it was unfortunately fifth time unlucky for the Guildford Phoenix.
Which I think they've kind of accepted as Jacob Stoodley takes his place back in the pipes.
Well, that's as Qui-Gon Jinn was famously known to say, every time you gamble, my friend, eventually you lose. And when you pull the netminder, you do gamble, and that is the final buzzer. The gamble didn't pay off for the Phoenix at the end. The
Basingstoke Star Wars reference.
Yes,
as well.
The Basingstoke Buffalo win this game 5-2 over the league champions who have bodied and dominated this league all season, but today it has been the Buffalo who have dominated the Phoenix and have written another wonderful little happy chapter in what has been a season of dire straits for hockey in Basingstoke.
And what an iconic venue to create history in such a historic place in London. And you can just see from the way that line of Basingstoke Buffalo players are celebrating how much that has truly meant to them. They worked incredibly hard throughout this season. They managed to add to their roster. They themselves have been the benefactors of the downfall of the Bison by having the likes of Dan Weller-Evans and Adam Jones. They've thoroughly deserved that victory on that performance today, and they take their place in the final at Ali Pali tomorrow.
And later on today we will find out, will it be the Haringey Huskies or will it be the Phantoms 2 making an appearance in that final against them? But yeah, absolutely incredible performance by the Buffalo. Obviously very much carried on the back of Hallam Wilson, and as I said at the start of the broadcast, if you don't close out Hallam Wilson and Paul Petts, you are going to pay for it, and Hallam Wilson and Paul Petts made the Phoenix pay for that today.
They did. The hat-trick goal in particular, the connection between the two with the reverse pass across the neutral zone for Wilson to take it across the blue line and absolutely snipe one into the top corner. That's pretty hard call to find a man of the match for the Buffalo other than Hallam Wilson.
Yeah, I can't see past anyone but Hallam Wilson for that man of the match. Other end of the ice, the Phoenix, got to say, commiserations. They've had an incredible season at the end of the day. 2 trophies out of 3 is nothing to
You can go full meatloaf. It's fine. Yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Obviously, everyone would love the Grand Slam, but it just wasn't meant to be today. And as I said, playoff hockey, it generates these weird results where you have a team that has gone the entire season, maybe even dominated their opponent earlier in the season, but then for some reason they get here to the finals weekend, and then just that one game turns everything around on its head.
Yeah, and it's with the start that they had to this game, it was quite nervy. I think the first goal was always going to be a massive part of this game, and when it went to the Buffalo, you really did notice that shift in momentum, that the Buffalo started to take control of that game. And defensively, as we said, they did the basics really well, cleaning out the garbage in front of the net. Anything that did rebound off Dan Weller-Evans, which was very little, but anything that did was promptly cleared. And the one goal, you can't really do anything about that.
No, you couldn't really do anything about that. I mean, Dan Weller-Evans is obviously, aside from Hallam Wilson and Paul Petts, is the other reason this result has happened today. He was a monster in net, stopping anything and everything, working well with his defence to make sure that those rebounds were managed into the right areas.
Just waiting now on the announcements of the mans of the match. Have to say, actually, great performance from the officials throughout that game.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have any major flashpoints, I would say, that, you know, any controversial decisions. Blaine Evans always runs an even keel game.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, scored the penalty shot that got them back in the game.
Yeah, a young man with a good future in this game as well, I think.
Oh, absolutely. He's been an absolute pleasure to watch today. It makes me want to actually get down to a Guildford Phoenix game of next season just to see how he's developing.
Yeah, we called it, to be fair. It couldn't really be anyone else than number 11, Callum Wilson. 3 goals. Fantastic performance from the player coach. And I'm sure they'll enjoy those Budweisers.
Has led from the front all day, both as a coach and as a goal scorer. And so the Guildford Phoenix will take their lap of honour. And that will wrap up their season, and then I guess they'll now go away and plot for the next assault they're going to make on the NIHL 2 trophy cabinet for next season.
Expecting a raise in the volume here as the Basingstoke Buffalo take their lap.
And as Anthony Russell very famously has said, Basingstoke never dies, and it didn't die today.
I can almost imagine how he is actually sitting at home watching along, barely containing his excitement.
Yeah. Hi, Anne. Hope you're enjoying it.
Well, what a fantastic way to kick off this playoff weekend. 4 semi-finals in one day. The first of them is in the books, and the Basingstoke Buffalo have qualified for the Wilkinson final tomorrow.